7.
That's not a good way to start.
I mean, that is how you start.
It's the come out roll.
There you go. I just made people money.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. High five. Okay. So,
I just rolled a 7.
This is Chris from Faces and Aces podcast. Hi. He's joining me in this live stream today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it.
Happy to be here.
So yeah, if you guys get a chance, check out his podcast. Go to his website. It's really, really awesome. He has some great podcasts. You guys totally want to see this. So today we are doing a live stream on probability. So I just want to tell you guys what's going on real quick. The way I have it figured out is I'm going to do an actual video every other week. So example, last week was the probability video. And then the next week, I'm going to follow it up with a live stream. And it's going to answer your guys' questions. I'm going to be able to talk with you guys. I'll be here for you guys. And we're going to go over everything that we learned the week before. So that way, if there's anything you don't understand, or like I said, if you have any questions, that's what these live streams are for. So I'm going to give it a shot, see how it goes. Hopefully it goes well. We're going to give it a try. So.
Right. And I'm just here for arm candy. Because I know nothing about probability. I'm of no help whatsoever.
Well, that's good, though, because then if you don't know, then you have questions, and then I can help you.
I am here to learn. I'm here to learn about probability and to make me a better, smarter gambler.
Are you a lifelong learner?
I am a lifelong learner.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
Learning never ends. Yeah.
Right. And it doesn't matter how old you are. There's always something else to learn. There's something else to know.
Yeah, definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah. Totally. So basically what we're going to do is if you have any questions, post them up in the chat. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see the chat because I'm still learning how to do the whole live stream thing, but we're going to see. I also posted up a post on my social media account, Facebook, Twitter, that kind of thing. And I asked you guys, hey, if you have any questions, put them here now. So that way we could start off with answering questions right away as we wait for everyone to get in here and get comfortable and get going and that type of thing. And then Chris also asked some of his friends questions as well. So we might be getting some questions from the Twitter community as well.
I'll be checking periodically over to the right. So if you see me looking over here, I'm checking to see if there are any incoming questions.
Yes, totally. So I had one question that we're going to get started with on Facebook. And this question came from Tim. And Tim is a really, really awesome ACEs. I call Vegas ACEs my website. So everyone who follows me and, my followers and that kind of thing, I always call them my ACEs. So whenever I say, oh, my ace, Tim, one of my ACEs, this is what I'm talking about. So Tim is a really, really awesome guy. He's been following me for a while, and he had a question. And his question was, what is the probability of hitting a straight versus a royal flush in 3-card poker? Well, unfortunately, we don't have any royal flushes in 3-card poker, but we do have straight flushes. So we'll do that. So what is the difference between a straight and a straight flush? Well, there are 720 combinations for a straight. And for a straight flush, there are only 48 combinations. So the probability for a straight is 0.325, whereas for a straight flush, it's 0.002. So that's a pretty big difference, 0.325 versus 0.002. And remember, with probability, the numbers, like, even though we have a decimal number, that number can be converted. So that can give you a percentage, that can give you a fraction, math, woohoo, math.
I was told there would be no math.
Oh, sorry.
I am not prepared for this.
I lied to you. I had to lie to you to get you here. Otherwise,
Right. Where's that drink that I ordered? Can we get drink service over here?
Cocktail. Woo! Cocktail.
Thank you. Okay. We're coming. I see them coming.
So that is the probability between a straight and a straight flush. And that was a really good question to start off with. And I got my little whiteboard here, so that way if you guys have any other questions, I could show it to you on the whiteboard.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Can you explain the difference between probability and odds. Is there a difference? Is that the same thing?
Um,
Or did I just blindside you? I can move it along with something else.
Well, whenever you're not sure exactly of the answer, always take a sip of water, and that gives you time to think.
Sure. Okay. Okay. Let me check over here in the Oceans 14 XL group to see if any questions came in. Not just yet.
I actually don't know the answer to that question. I have to look it up. So the whole probability thing and the whole as far as probability with odds and the house advantage and everything like that, I don't know well enough that I would be able to answer the question, you know? That would be something that I would have to look up, but that's actually a really, really great question. And I think that actually merits its own video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my own video. I'm going to do like a Q&A video on that.
Yeah.
And then I'll specifically tell you guys the difference between that, because that's a fantastic question.
Because that's how you get them hooked. You throw out the question, and then you have to come back on the next episode to find out the answer. It's like a cliffhanger.
Yes, it's like Batman.
Yeah.
The next bat time, the next bat channel, next bat day. I used to love that. Holy rusted metal Batman. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember Batman forever. I remember. At least it wasn't as bad as Batman.
With the nipples, his costume had the nipples. I'm sorry, but who makes a costume for Batman and puts nipples on his freaking costume? You just don't do that.
I was just disappointed it didn't sport like a bat nipple ring. That's all, that's all I wanted.
It should have. Yeah.
That's kind of like me and my own fetishes. I'm not going to go there.
Oh my God, that's awesome. They should have had that for Suicide Squad. You know, I mean, they already have like the messed up Joker and the Harley Quinn was hot though. I liked Harley Quinn.
That one, yeah.
But the Joker. She what?
She killed it in that movie.
Yeah, I thought you said she killed him. I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't see that.
No.
Like, don't tell me that. I don't ruin it for me. No spoilers. Oh my God, I didn't. She killed the Joker.
I'm saying Margot Robbie killed it in that movie, and she looks good in I, Tonya too. So
yeah,
but yeah,
awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
So how far off tangents are we allowed to go?
Oh, very off tangent.
Okay, cool.
Very, very off.
Okay.
Yeah, this is supposed to be entertaining as well as informative.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Nipple rings and Batman, and that's all.
It's all fair game.
That's all fair game. Yeah, we're
right.
totally good on that.
All right. Do we have a safe word? I'm kidding.
Wait, now I want to think about this. I want to think of a safe word.
I totally got you off guard with that question. Okay, so strawberries. Strawberries is my safe word. So. If you ever hear me in a casino screaming strawberries, I've had enough.
The more you know. This is everything. This is more than you ever wanted to know about Chris.
I'm way oversharing, and it kind of feels liberating to get it out there.
Don't worry, I overshare all the time. I think the first time, the first time I did my YouTube channel and everything, I had a couple vlogs, like at the very beginning. I'm talking about like 2011, 2012, whatever. I was so embarrassed by my vlogs that I deleted all of them. I was like, this is the most embarrassing thing ever. So I just deleted all of them. And then 4 years later, okay, let's try the vlog thing again.
Yeah. Do you enjoy doing the vlogs?
Not at all.
Really?
Oh God, no. No, they stress me out. I force myself to do live streaming and to do vlogs and that kind of thing. That stresses me out like you would not believe.
Wow.
And it's mainly because with my videos, I have a script. I know exactly what I'm saying. I know exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah,
I know everything that's going, and I'm set. It's like, okay, I know what we're doing. We're good to go. Let's do this thing. With the live stream, I am more like myself, whereas I go, oh, we're going to go off this topic. We're going to go off that topic. Oh, look up there. Oh, look, squirrel. So that's how I normally am. And that's not good for education.
That's how kind of I am whenever I'm out in public and I hear someone just say the word Vegas when I'm in Los Angeles.
Squirrel.
Oh, totally. Squirrel. Someone say Vegas?
What were you talking about? Can I join in on the conversation? Want to be on my podcast?
I like Vegas too. Hang out.
Friends? Friends as adults. We need to get, it's so hard to make friends as adults. Oh, dude, I tell you what.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we're off topic again.
I'm going to jump into the 14XL room and see if there is. Oh, and by the way, I keep saying 14XL. Can I say what that is?
Yes, go ahead. Go tell everyone about it.
14XL is a group of people who get together and hang out in Vegas. We had one last year. We might do a couple more this year, and it's informal. It's not really a thing, but it's kind of a thing. And this time it's going to be Super Bowl weekend. And so if you would like to hang out with a bunch of Vegas enthusiasts during the Super Bowl weekend, easiest place to find it is at Oceans 14XL on Twitter. And it's just a play off of the whole Oceans 11, 12, 13. This is kind of the silly 14XL.
I love that. So basically everyone that you follow on Twitter that is in our group basically is going to be there?
A lot of the people that you've met before, well, I don't know how to explain it to people out there. They're just Vegas enthusiasts, the kind of people who come out to Vegas maybe a few times a year to several times a year. Some of them have podcasts like Tipping the Odds Las Vegas Junkie. What other podcasts will be there? Off the top of my head, myself, I will be there, and Epic Esquire will be there. He writes a blog about gambling, so there's going to be just a bunch of people, and it's a good time.
Cool. Yeah, Epic Esquire is a pretty cool dude.
Yeah,
I like that guy.
And it's not necessarily affiliated with any one podcast specifically. It's just whoever, hey, we're going to Vegas this weekend. Anybody who wants to jump in and join us, come join us. And that's the spirit behind it. Yeah.
And you guys have so much fun stuff you do. I mean, every single time I go down there and join you guys are always doing something so much freaking fun. Like, for example, one time I went to downtown and I joined them, and you guys were on the slot machines. And it was like 4 slot machines on this side, 4 slot machines on that side. And then you guys did a whole race and everything.
Right. But that was with a 360 Vegas vacation.
Okay.
Yeah, and another podcast that has great Vegas trips. I think their next one is coming up Memorial Day weekend this May, so that's another opportunity if you want to come out and meet up with other Vegas enthusiasts. Listen to the podcast 360 Vegas, or follow them on Twitter at 360 Vegas. And twice a year they do it. One Memorial Day, one Labor Day, and listeners come out and hang out with the crew from that show.
Yeah, it's just so much fun. Everyone there's so nice. Everyone is so nice. I love it. Cool.
Did you have any other? Let me see.
Do you guys have any questions? I don't know. So you'll have to forgive me. I'm not very good with the whole live stream thing, and this is the second time I've actually done live stream, so I'm still learning how to use it. And I don't know if there's supposed to be a chat on the screen, or if something's supposed to be coming up, or whatever. If you guys want, the people who are watching, just type something in the chat. I don't really care what it is. I just want to see if I could see it. So
yeah, I don't see anything either. No. I wonder if it may be the screen behind the screen that's currently
that might
there.
Be it. Yeah.
I do have Julian from the Vegas Confessions podcast. He and Shane have a great show, which, by the way, if you haven't listened to that one yet, tune in. It's a good one. It's a new podcast. There's only 2 or 3 episodes in, so it's very easy to catch up. Actually, I think it's more like 4 or 5 episodes at this point. But Julian just chimed in and said, Chris, I agree. Vloggers are silly individuals. Yes, we are. We are very much silly individuals.
But it makes it fun.
Yeah,
I mean, silly people are awesome because it just makes it fun and enjoyable. And it's like you don't know what to expect and everything.
Yes.
And I like silly people.
Yeah. Let's see. Julian is actually listening to the stream while he is working, not watching, but listening.
Awesome. So, very cool.
Hi, Julian. What's up, man?
Hey.
Hey.
Woo. Well, since he's just listening and not like actually watching, I have to sort of do this. Whew, damn, that's a smeller. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Okay, sorry.
Now, if he were actually listening at work and had it on a speaker, he works in a restaurant. So I don't know how that went over for the patrons eating at the restaurant.
There's so much we could do with this. This would be so much fun. We can make some really awful noises or some really bad conversation and get them in trouble.
Let's see. Okay.
Did he say anything? What did he say?
Julian just said, Heather, check your pants. And it's a good.
No. Oh, I need to get some toilet paper.
Yeah, she'll be back. Oh, nice. Leave the guest to host the show. That's weird. And Julian also says, good thing he's wearing headphones.
Damn. So close.
So what else do we cover?
No one's writing any questions that I could see. So we went over that one question. We don't really have any questions on the video either. That's another thing that I'm going to do is when I post these videos out, you guys are going to have a week basically. So if you have any questions, write them in the comments section below the video, and then I'll use those questions to use for my live stream. You know, so that way we could get people's questions in early and that kind of a thing, and then we'll have questions we could just start off at. Okay. And then I'll get people, you know, in and, you know, situated and comfortable, and then maybe people will start asking questions after that. Okay. Well,
you know, since we are supposed to be talking about odds and probability, let me ask you this question, which is a golden oldie. On the roulette table. Okay. And you're sitting there and, you know, they post those wonderful, colorful numbers, red and black, and you see what's come up and what numbers have come up. What does that change the odds or probability, knowing what numbers?
Actually, the reason why casinos have the sign, and they have that sign not just on roulette, but they also have it in baccarat. They use the same tactic in baccarat. What that does is it plays to the human psyche. It plays to their psychology. It doesn't do anything with the odds. It doesn't do anything with the table. It has absolutely nothing to do with, you know, anything like that. But it plays on the human psychology. So what people do is they look at those and they see patterns. And then when they see patterns, they're more likely to either say a number they wouldn't have bet before, or they might say, oh, look at all that black. Red's definitely going to hit. Instead of putting,
red is due.
Yeah, red is due, man. You know it's due. So I'm going to put $100 on red, you know, whereas normally they wouldn't do that before. So that actually brings in a lot more money for the casinos. The signs do. And it's a great way to generate more revenue without really having to do anything with the table or the game itself.
Right. Or a long string of black and you say, oh, look, it's on a run.
Right. And that's so, again, with probability, it's a flip of a coin. There are no runs. There are no patterns. There's nothing like that. It's the flip of a coin. And yes, over time, you are going to see patterns and you are going to see runs. But that's the way it is when you flip a coin, when you have the runs. That's how it normally is. So actually, when people are, say, on baccarat or they're, you know, roulette, you know, and they see those runs, it sort of makes them feel better. It's like, yeah, I see this is going to happen. I know this is going to happen. I am confident. I am putting my bet up and I am going to win that bet. And if they win, that enforces it, you know, and then they want to do it more. And if they lose, oh, well, it's the pattern. I screwed up on the pattern, you know, something like that. So, yeah, it's a really, really great way for the casinos to make more money.
So you're saying that casinos use psychology to help swindle me out of my money?
A lot.
What?
All the time.
Well, I'm never gambling again. I'm washing my hands of this whole thing right now.
That's actually one of the reasons why they don't have a clock in the casino. They don't want you to know what time it is. They don't want you to know if it's nighttime or daytime or anything like that. I think I heard the doctor. I think I heard the TARDIS. Where's the doctor?
That's my text tone. The sound of the TARDIS ringing.
I love that. Oh my God.
Yes,
I freaking love that. So, dude,
yes,
I watched the Doctor Who Christmas special. Did you watch it?
That was probably one of the best episodes that I've seen in the last 5 years. I've watched it several times since it aired on Christmas Day. That's what I did this morning. That's what I did last night. So that episode is so phenomenal. So many tips of the hat to old Doctor Who.
I love that.
And not only Capaldi's run, but also the entire run of Moffat. There were so many Easter eggs worth watching several times to catch them all. And man, the story was tight.
And Moffat is such a great actor. I mean, they really.
Well, Moffat is the producer, showrunner.
He is.
Yeah, Stephen Moffat.
What's the guy's name that's the doctor right now?
Peter Capaldi.
That's who I was thinking of. Yes. That's who I was talking about. That dude is a great actor.
Fantastic.
Yeah, actor. Like he is so freaking amazing. And they could have done so much more with his character, and they didn't. And I'm sort of sad. Like the first season, I didn't like him. because I thought he was an old grumpy doctor. You know, it wasn't that cool.
Right.
But then in the next few seasons, they really like made his personality younger and they made it more fun.
They lightened it up a lot.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh, okay, I really like this doctor.
Yeah.
This is like one of my favorites.
Right,
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So when they like, you know, changed him and now it's a new doctor, I'm sort of upset about that.
But you got to be excited about the first female doctor.
I am. I'm very excited about that. I hope they do well with her. I really, really hope they do well with her. And I'm sort of curious to see if her companions are going to be females. Because every single companion he's ever had was a female, and it's like a semi-love, you know, love interest type of thing, which is sort of, you know, annoying.
Right. Yeah.
So what I'm really curious to know if they do, and I sort of wish they would have done it, was with this woman doctor, if they still had Bill there, you know, and Bill's like the lesbian and everything.
Right. Yeah.
Because then that would have worked.
That
you know?
would have worked, except Bill's dead.
Yes.
Oh, did I just spoil something?
Oh yeah, don't spoil anything.
All right,
yeah. By the way, spoilers.
Sorry if you're not caught up with this 10th season of Doctor Who. Just spoiled that for you. But you're right. That would have been very interesting.
Yeah.
Having a lesbian character travel with a woman doctor.
Yeah.
But I think I heard that they are casting a male to be her companion.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Dynamic male-female dynamic in the TARDIS.
Okay, yeah. That's what I was wondering if they were going to do that or not. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I hope they do well with her.
Yeah, so. Me too. Yeah.
And one other thing I want to talk about Doctor Who before we, you know, get back to actually talking about, you know, casino stuff. Yeah. So in the earlier seasons, did you notice how the Doctor only had 13 transformations? And then after he went over the 13th transformation, they sort of threw it out the window. It was like, oh, he could transform as many times as he wants.
Well, they gave him more transformations in the Christmas special.
They did? I missed that. How?
Gallifrey gave to Matt Smith's regenerating doctor the ability to regenerate as many
times as he wanted.
They didn't say, they just said they gave him more.
Okay.
They didn't say
I missed that one.
Yeah.
I have to watch that over again then.
Yeah.
See, Matt Smith was my least favorite doctor out of all of them.
Oh, he's my favorite.
He's your favorite? Really?
I'm a Matt Smith guy. Yeah, bow ties are cool.
Yeah, bow ties are cool. Bow ties are cool, man.
I mean, I think Matt Smith and also Amy Pond, Rory, the
like
story of the River Song, like that combination of that group of people, I think made that his run my favorite of Doctor Who so far. Yeah,
I loved River Song. You know, that was my most favorite character, storyline, everything. I loved her so much. And David Tennant was my favorite.
He was a good doctor, a little bit of a silly doctor. Well, Matt Smith was silly too. There was something about the stories during Matt Smith's run that seemed a little bit more adult to me.
That's true.
Whereas Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant, those stories kind of skewed more towards kids.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why Matt Smith may be my favorite, because I like his stories the best.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay, should we talk about casino stuff?
Sure.
You know, the actual stuff while we're here and what we really should be talking
about. Whatever. Want to get back to bat nipples? I'm down for that too. Talk about whatever.
I totally want to talk about Batman's nipples. Okay, so Christopher Nolan. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, who had the best nipples, do you think?
This is what we're talking about on my live
Val Kilmer, George Clooney, or what's his name?
The one that was in the newest one, right?
Yeah, not Ben Affleck.
No, not Ben Affleck. No, I don't even consider him
Christian Bale. Who's got the best nipples?
Him, Christian Bale.
Christian Bale
out of all of them. Yeah.
Oh, I think I got to go Clooney nipples.
Clooney?
Yeah, I don't know why. I just imagine his nipples to be actually shaped like little bats.
Little bat brains. That's what he should do. You should come. He should go to the pool one day and he should have his nipples pierced and have little bats hanging off of them. I'm Batman.
Okay, I'm sorry. You were trying to get things back on track, and
I don't know. I like bat nipples. Yeah.
We'll jump into the group real quick to see.
Let's see if there's any more questions. And if you guys have any other questions, please post them.
You know, actually, Mitchell, our friend up in Canada, just recently said that there's a pretty active chat going on the YouTube channel right now that we can't see.
Oh, so there is something going on.
Yeah, so I'm going to excuse myself, step out, and pull it up on the phone, and that way I can...
Do you want to see if we can mess with it?
No, you go ahead. I'm going to... Okay. Give me 1 second.
Okay, sounds cool. Sounds cool.
By the way, that's how I have to exit every time. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so sorry about this, trying to do the whole live stream thing, and we'll get used to it. It's all good. I even brought my dice. Woo! And besides, you know what? I'm going to have to get used to this whole talking in front of people anyway, especially if I'm going to be doing classes at UNLV. Speaking of which, I have my 8-hour class coming up. Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to be talking to the camera. Okay. Yeah, so I have my 8-hour. I guess I got to explain to you guys what I'm talking about. So I'm working at UNLV, and last semester we did 2-hour classes, which we covered blackjack, mini baccarat, roulette, and craps. And the time just goes by so fast. I guess I got to explain to you guys. Echo, echo, echo. Reverberance, reverberance, reverberance. Okay. And anyway, so UNLV has asked me to do another class in the spring semester, but this time instead of a 2-hour class, they want me to do an 8-hour class. So I need to get ready for that, and I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be, and you might be thinking 8 hours for one class. That's a lot. But it's actually not as much as you might think, because what I'm doing is I'm breaking it up into hours. So the first hour I'm going to do blackjack, second hour I'm going to do, I don't know, I think I'm doing like poker, and then pie gow, and then the next hour, you know, so every hour it's a different game. And we have the lab and everything. We have a classroom. I'm going to have a PowerPoint presentation. So yeah, I've been getting ready for that, and getting everything set up for that. And by the way, Chris is looking at the comments. So if you guys have any questions you want me to answer, go ahead and put them in there, and then Chris should be able to see it. Can you see
I'm actually looking for the comments on YouTube on my phone. And,
they don't have it.
It's not here.
Oh my God. Maybe they put it at the end of it.
It may be because I'm not actually logged into YouTube.
Maybe that could be why.
I'm gonna keep.
There you are.
So okay, so give me one more minute, and if I can't find it, then you could hit me up on Twitter, or hit you up on Twitter.
Yeah. And
we'll take a look at our messages or whatever's going on Twitter.
That sounds good. And we'll try to, I'll try to get all of this figured out and fixed and everything by the time I do the next live stream video, because I do want to be able to talk with you guys. I want to be able to answer your questions. I want to have an actual conversation with you guys. I want to have a community, a conversation. I want to be able to be there for you guys and answer whatever questions you guys have, you know, when I do these. So we'll figure it out. We'll see. We'll figure it out and see what we need to do. If I have to, I might just answer the questions next time I do a live stream. We'll see how that works out. Are they talking about Batman's nipples on the live stream? Like chat?
They are not talking about Batman's nipples.
So we're the only one talking about Batman's nipples.
Which, by the way, is going to be my new Twitter handle as soon as I finish this. Follow me on @Batman'sNipples.
I bet it's free too. I bet it's available.
Some son of a bitch out there probably just did it. Okay, so I'm going to just keep looking here on Twitter since I can't seem to pull up the YouTube discussion.
Yeah.
And let's just keep this open if you'll excuse me for doing this. I know I'm from LA, but, you know, I'm not going to be one of the, oh, my God, look at her. Oh, my God, what is she wearing? Look at those earrings. Oh, my God, look at those nipple rings.
And in Las Vegas, that might actually be something you would say walking on the strip. Oh my God, look at those nipple rings, Jesus.
Oh, those bats. Okay, so I'll keep an eye on this.
A naked guy walking down the strip one day, and everyone's just like, oh, okay, look, a naked guy.
Yeah, don't you come home and say, you know what? I did not see one naked person on the strip today. How weird.
I have thought that before.
Right?
Yeah, like I've walked the strip before, and I'm like, wow, that was actually a pretty normal day. Nothing weird happened. That's weird. Like, I'm at least expecting, oh, don't worry, we're not doing anything with the dice anyway.
Your pup isn't going to chew on the dice?
No, Pip's not going to chew on the dice. Come here, Pip.
Okay.
Oh, and you guys get to meet Pip. This is my baby dog, Pippi. She is a Pomeranian poodle. She is 11 years old. And if you ever hear dog noises, that's her. Because my other one's quiet. So.
All right. Well, sorry for not being able to pull up the YouTube discussion group.
Yeah, next time I'll definitely be able. Next time I'll make sure I have the comments where I could see them, and then I can answer your guys' questions and everything. But I think we're going to start wrapping it up, and we're going to end the live stream for now. Do you have anything else you want to talk about? I know I don't have anything else I want to talk about.
I mean, I would definitely encourage people to go check out the Las Vegas Junkie podcast, Vegas Confessions podcast, and the Vegas Bun Boy podcast. Those are 3 new Vegas-themed podcasts that have recently joined the podcast ranks. We taught them the secret handshake and everything, so they're officially part of Vegas podcasting. So if you really like listening to the shows on your drive or when you run, go check out those new shows. They're fantastic.
That thing that you showed me right before we started, or I don't want to mention it just in case you're not going to put it out there live or anything. Are you going to do anything with that? No? That's already? Oh, okay. Okay. Because that was freaking cool. So you guys don't know what we're talking about, but it's freaking awesome. And when he does whatever he's going to do, you got to check it out because it's freaking awesome.
Boy, that's a lot to live up to.
Well, I try to make it general enough,
Right. But I don't want to set up greatness because, if I set up mediocrity to deliver something kind of cool, then I've exceeded that bar. But if people are expecting something really cool, now I gotta really come up with something. I gotta set myself on fire on the live. You know what? Let's do it right now.
You got a lighter?
I do. We're gonna just set myself on fire.
Probably set the curtains on fire too. Oh, cool. Well,
but thank you for having me on. Thank you for inviting me to your lovely studio.
No problem. Yeah, and if you guys get a chance, please check out Chris Faces and Aces podcast. It's an awesome podcast. Check out his website. I'll put all the links in the description below so you guys can see it. And thank you again so much for being a guest and joining me.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. Oh, and if anyone's headed out to Vegas for the Super Bowl or would like to join a group of people out in Vegas for the Super Bowl, follow the @Oceans14XL handle on Twitter.
Sounds cool. Awesome. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you later.